Hi.
Oh, hello. Hello. I didn't see you. I didn't know if you were. I'm so glad. Hello, Camilla. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. I'm just going to say my connection's a little unstable.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Just if I freeze or anything, I'll let you know now.
Okay. No problem. No problem. It was a difficult. Oh, I mean, Camilla's artwork is this beautiful piece. It's a broomstick with hair, and it's representing many things. Very intriguing. We put it in this category, even though sometimes we thought that it would have its own category because it talks about domestic work, which is quite invisible. All the work that is not being paid or recognized or valued in our society, domestic work that many mothers or women carry on, and it's given for granted that they should like do it because it's their role in society. So it involves this invisibility. And also, I think it's very powerful because you talk about witches, and this is very intriguing, and witches related to the household and to all these objects that are linked to women. Would you like to talk a little bit? We've written here a paragraph about witches and witchcraft, and then your artwork explain your blurb explained very beautifully about this. But would you like to introduce us more?
Yeah, sure, of course. So yeah, I guess, of course, looking at domestic labor was kind of one part of the work that was very important and being confined in the home right now. And I think a lot of the time with my work, I actually look at kind of historical instances and try to bring them back into the contemporary, which I think this work is kind of no exception, looking at witches who, of course, were kind of demonized over the body and were these kind of women who were confined that were quite rebellious and were sort of shamed or very kind of violently exiled for these reasons. And hair also comes into the piece, and I think it's quite an important material that often reappears in my work. It has all these very loaded associations in it of feminine desire and kind of women who are exiled for sins, and the temptress with long flowing locks. And I think, yeah, just being confined in the home right now has made me think a lot about sort of domestic rituals and how they've appeared in history and how women are kind of treated for them now or not given kind of respect for them in various ways. And yeah, also, I think a part of the work and looking at women in confinement kind of is embedded in my own cultural identity of being an Irish woman. And Irish has quite a long and difficult history of policing women's sexuality, in particular, kind of the Catholic conservative nature of Ireland has confined women in institutions and kind of given them very unfair treatment, and hair was an important part of that, because when women were brought into domestic workhouses in Ireland, their heads would actually be shaved before they entered. So it has quite a rich significance over a lot of different kind of layers, and yeah.
Oh wow, that is very interesting. I mean, it's very interesting. It's very intriguing, and as well we've seen like some like witches in general is they were quite invisible because they didn't want to like to speak about their power or their freedom. I think like witches is much related to freedom, to the freedom that women can have without men. And I think yes, it's just I love this invisible power that women always had. And when it comes visible, then is when they are persecuted. So in so many ways. Thank you, Camilla. Your artwork is stunning and fantastic. And you won an award, right, for this artwork?
Oh, runner-up award. Runner-up award, yeah.